This is Brandy from Stitchin In Oregon, back for Flosstube number 22, and it is March 14th, 2025. So, it's been a minute. I feel like I actually have a lot to show you this time. My last video I actually filmed at the end of January, but then posted it in February. So, it's actually been a little bit longer than what my last video showed. I can't remember if my wall was all up in the last one. I know my husband helped me hang a bunch of stuff, and I'm excited to add more to it. Mr. Gideon Bean is here with me. Let's see. He is very interested in things in the sewing room. So he's gotten very tall, and like he barely has to lift his nose up to be at windowsill now. And he's only 6 months old, so he still has some growing to do. But everyone that meets him loves him, and he definitely has some of that like working dog instinct that comes with the Great Pyrenees in him. But he's a sweet boy. He is spending the days in the kennel again because he, we were leaving him out in the living room, and he found, I'm hoping, we think, it was an empty bottle of children's Motrin and chewed it up, but we don't know if it was empty. So there could have been meds in it, but so we had to watch him really close for a couple days, and he's fine. So if there was anything, it was like 1 or 2 and left in the bottle. So then we decided to maybe leave him in our bedroom because you know, he sleeps in there all night with us anyway, and it's a safe space for him. And he ripped up the carpet and he destroyed the blinds. Like, maybe I'll try to put a picture in of the damage this puppy caused. But so we decided, even though he hates the kennel, we had to get him back in there for his own safety. And so anyway, he's back in the kennel. It's in the living room, and we play music like on YouTube or whatever. We turn like those ambiance channel things on for him, and he has a little blanket over him. And then I've got a camera I can check on him all day just to make sure he's doing okay. And usually he just sleeps. But so, and then Avalon, who's our senior dog, she lays with her nose like to his kennel door, and it cracks me up because I don't know if it's because she loves him or if she's taunting him. So let's see, what else? It's raining right now. If you're new here, I live in Oregon, and about an hour from Lincoln City, 45 minutes from Portland, in a little town called Lafayette. And we had some beautiful weather all week. Like, all our trees are blooming and the daffodils are up. And like, I have a pussy willow in my front yard, and it's all fuzzy right now and lovely. And then now it's raining again. So I had to laugh though. My friend that lives in Arizona, she's had 3 snow days in a row, and we're in Oregon, and I sent her a picture yesterday of blue skies, and it was like sunny and felt wonderful. So yeah, weather goes back and forth here, but that's kind of what it's like. And my birthday was last Sunday, March 9th. And my husband made me like this big cookie brownie cake, and we went over to my mother-in-law's, or my in-laws, they're both there. Or they came over here actually, because their fridge sprung a leak and like caused all this water damage, and so they have ripped up all their floors. Anyway, so they came over here and we had cake, and my husband took me to the coast for the day, and we had lunch at Pelican Brewery. They have a flatbread that is my favorite thing ever. So if you live in Oregon and you haven't been there, the hazelnut brie flatbread that they have, go get it. It's so good. Sorry, he's groaning. He's laying on a quilt I made on the floor, so he does not have a hard life. So anyway, yeah, that's what we did. And then I took Monday off from work just as a recoup day because I have been so tired and so burned out. And I did homework. I did homework Tuesday. I did homework Wednesday. And we had an in-service, so I had a training Wednesday afternoon because I work for the school district. I'm an aide in the behavior class, and I work in the high school. And anyway, it was then yesterday we had a full day, Thursday a full day, so we went half day, full day, and then today we're off. So the plan is to film my Flosstube and then go do more homework. And then the girls have a volleyball tournament that is out of town. It's about 4 hours away, so my husband is going to take them to their tournament, and I'm going to stay home with the dogs. So he always sends me like Snapchats and videos of how things are going. So, and because I haven't been feeling well, we just thought the travel would not be the best since I'm already kind of at my limit of energy. Anyway, so that's how things have been going here. I've been watching not a lot of Flosstube because I don't have a lot of time. But I did watch 2 WIP parades. They were both really long, but definitely worth watching. I watched Moonshine Stitchery's WIP parade that she just posted the other day. It's like 3 hours long, but you should go watch it. I love everything that she stitches. Yeah, she makes me want to go buy all of the samplers. And actually, she probably has enabled me to start some of the ones that I have. And then the other WIP parade I watched was that Hathaway sisters, which they were new to me, and they were really fun to watch. They made me laugh a lot, and it was a 2-part video. And yeah, it was really good. So definitely go check those out. And then a couple of my regulars, Stitchin Mommy, I always like to see her progress on stuff, and the Steadfast Stitcher. She has a couple of sales going on right now, and she also is doing her Monochromatic Monday is the Arabesque by, oh, what's her name? I'll think of it. Oh, Jan Hicks. And it's so pretty. She's using, it's just on like a white fabric, and she's using a blue from Vicki Clayton, and it's just so pretty. And so it's on my list now, thanks to her. Yeah, so that's been the Flosstube I've been watching. I'd go check all of them out if you are so inclined. They're great. Now on to stitching. I have 2 finishes, which is like, what? Who even is she? My first one is March, the monthly March Quakers by From the Heart Needle Art with Wendy, or by Wendy. I started this probably like 3 years ago. This was what I would stitch on when the girls would go to their sports at the rec center after school, and during volleyball games when they were doing recreation, I think during 4th grade. Anyway, and then I put it away. Well, I got it out the other day, and I finished it. Yes, it's in glass, so there is some reflection. This is what it looks like. I've had this sitting in my living room, and since my dog is not like kind to framed things, I thought it'd be better to keep the glass on it. This is my own floss conversion. They're DMCs, but yeah, so when I picked this up, this was pretty much done, and this was done, and this was done. So I did all of these things. I think the bird was done too, actually. So I did this big motif, and then I did these 2 little ones. So yeah, this is just sitting in my living room. It's all done. I have April done as well, and I have May, August, and October in my stash to stitch up, because those are all the birthdays of my husband. Mine is March, obviously. My husband is April. Our oldest daughter is May. Our son is August, and then the twins are in October. So yeah, I'm not planning on starting another one anytime soon. I'm wanting to, I don't really care about whipping down necessarily, but I would like to get progress on some things, because I have Nashville stuff coming, and and I'm always starting things with friends, and so yeah. And I have a stitch coming up that I'm doing with, well, it's with my friend Amanda, but it's a gift that I am going to be giving to a coworker when she retires in 4 years. And it's this beautiful cross, and it's all kitted up and ready to go, but I don't have a start date for it because I'm waiting for Amanda to get all of her supplies. All of that to say, I'm not planning on starting May anytime soon. So my next finish is Forever and Ever by Brenda Gervais from With Thy Needle and Thread. And this is where I'm at. I'm so excited. It is all done. There are some mistakes. It's not perfect, but that is okay. I started this in July of 2024 while I was visiting my grandparents, and I decided to make this into an anniversary sampler for them. So I have their initials over there. I have the date that they gave me for their anniversary, 1982, on there. And this, I've been using this as my 25 minutes a day stitch. So I'm going to try, I have a picture of where I was at in January when I started the 25 minutes a day. And really, I have done most of this. I think I had some of the numbers. I had this W, but I think pretty much the rest of the alphabet and the border were not done. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with this. I think I'm going to have to get it professionally framed because of the shape of it. And I will hopefully be visiting them in July. Well, I will be. I'll be there for 4th of July this year. So if I don't see them before, I'll definitely give this to them then. But yeah, 2 finishes in 1 month. And this one was not a little finish. Like, consistently, if all I had was a few minutes a day, that's what I put my stitches in. I just loved every second of that. I love Brenda Gervais. I love the colors. The new stuff coming out at Market. I want it all. Sorry. Needed some coffee. Okay, and now what have I been working on? My WIPS, or my works in progress. I have quite a few over here today, and I was kind of surprised when I started like collecting things to show you, because sorry, my ironing board is over here and I'm using it as a table. But yeah, there's a lot over here, or I feel like it's a lot compared to before. So I'll just start with whatever's on top. This is not in order. First is the Smith sampler. Originally this was going to be my birthday start, but I was impatient. And Let's see. I gotta pull the pattern cover out for you so you can see it. That's not the cover. There it is. This is by the Scarlett House. I only have like one other thing going by them. This is what it will look like. I think Brenda and Laura showed a completed one of this, and Phoebe from Moonshine Stitchery just showed hers in her Whip Parade, which just made me so much happier that I started it instead of waiting. But this is what it looks like. I am up here in this part, almost done with one page, and I'm using a conversion that the ladies at Acorns and Threads, my local needle workshop, everyone knows about Acorns, but anyway, that they shared with me. So if you like it, I'm sure they would be more than happy to share with you. I'm stitching this on a 36 count marble by Grace Notes. Originally I was going to stitch it on a 46 count, and I tried, I couldn't do it. But this is where I'm at. This is what the fabric looks like. And this is my progress. I haven't gotten this out for probably a week or two now. And I'm using silks for this. The only one I'm using that is different than what Acorns called for is this one. This is a Mosales silk that my friend Lisa is letting me use because it's Dinky Dye is this one, and I had it for another pattern. I lost it, and I didn't want to wait, so but yeah. This little bird reminds me of the bird from The Little Mermaid, and I can never remember his name. Scully? Anyway, yeah. So he's my little mermaid bird. But I love this. It's so pretty. I love the colors. It makes me very happy to stitch on. But yeah, and I have never stitched with silks before, so this one, everything is like in Ziploc baggies to keep them all separate, and I don't know if that's the right way to store them. Like, I've heard you're not supposed to put silks on a floss ring. I don't really know why. So maybe you could fill me in, because I'm not really sure. Sorry if I keep bumping you. There's a, the table I have in front of me has the wing. I forget what they call it. You know, anyway. So, and it goes like almost all the way to the floor. So every time I turn, it bumps and it shakes everything. Okay, next is... This is Cinnamon Stars, and I actually was working on this last night. I started this during 12 by 12 last year, New Year's Eve, 12 by 12, so 2023. This is what it looks like, and it is by Plum Street Samplers. Everybody has seen Cinnamon Stars. It's a favorite. And I'm stitching this on, let's see, do I have the tag? Well, I'm sure it's a Grace Notes, and yes it is. It's 32 count Grace Notes called Swan. It's an opalescent fabric. I used to be part of their Fabric of the Month club. The only reason I'm not anymore is because I had fraud on my account, and then my dog's medicine cost went up. So there's a hanging thread in here because I was stitching on this late last night, but this is where I'm at. I changed this to an M for my last name. Yeah, so I started in that top corner here. And I'm using the DMCs. for this. I don't know, I really like it. For some reason, this one, though, is going really slowly for me. Like, during the 12 by 12, I literally got, I don't know. That was not a successful 12 by 12, and it was not a good year. But look at this fabric. Whew, it's so pretty. I love it. I think it is made for this design. Anyway, when I started this, I got 2 of these done, I think. So pretty much all of this is new. Yeah, so that is Cinnamon Stars by Plum Street. That one will probably just stay out for a couple more days, because I don't think I'm going to use it as my 25/7 stitch. Sorry, I have coffee and I have water here, so I'm not sure why I have a piece of fabric sitting right here. That's interesting. Oh, yes I do. Yes, I do. Okay, so this one, I can't remember if I had showed you guys my progress last time and it was still sitting on the table. Gideon, lay down, buddy. It's okay. So I thought I'd show it to you anyway. This is Rose Sampler. I bought this at my thrift shop, Goodwill, when I first moved here like 4 years ago. It's from Just Cross Stitch, and the pattern is dated 1988. But I found this and I fell in love with it. And I am stitching this on Be Stitch Me Wet Sand. It's a 28 count. And I'm not very far at all. I'm started in that top left corner. And this is where I'm at. So I just have I don't know if this is a leaf or a rose. But yeah. That one's probably getting put away for a while. But I'm happy it started. Every time I would look through my stash, it would call to me, and I was excited that when I was pulling the floss for this, I had everything for it. So I didn't even have to wait. So. All right. Next, I have my Autumn Swan. This is by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. And my dog ate the project bag. Can you believe that? The puppy ate the project bag for this. Left the stitching, ate the hoop, and left the floss. Gideon, you're fine, buddy. No. So this is what it'll look like. Thank God he didn't eat my stitching. I've restarted this 3 times. I'm stitching it with the called for floss, which is overdyes, which are a mess now, courtesy puppy, but it's all right. This is a stitch I work on during volleyball practice and tournaments when they're close, and this is how far I am. I couldn't remember if I showed you this one either since it was still out. I know last time I worked on it, I filled in these guys, put in this leaf, finished the squares in this, put in the bright orange, and I filled in this pumpkin. I think there's a cat on the other side of the door. I think that's what's going on. So anyway, that's how far I am. I like this one. It would be a pretty easy one to finish. And the spring one just came out at market and I need it. It's so sweet. And then once I get that, I have all the seasons. Hey! There's definitely a cat out there. Sorry, my daughter texted me. that they're going on a walk. Okay, next is Hold Fast. This is a pattern by Hello from Liz Mathews. I started this for my birthday 2024, so last year, I believe. And I only put like a couple days of work into it and then put it away. Let's see if I have my... I always try to put the cards in the bag so I know what I'm doing. This is a 32 count linen called Mocha Blanc by Grace Notes. And I fixed an error in this and then added some. So this is where I'm at. The only floss I think that is really called for, well, that's not true. There's only one fancy floss over dyed. It's this one. And it's only used in the border of this. When I picked this up, I had this top flower done. And I had made an error here. So I had to rip out some of this top part of this anchor and fix it so that I could get everything done right. So everything from here down is new, and this one is new. This is the corner, and this is new. I only had this bar up. And then I also decided to add this. I believe it was this one. Oh no. So this is not called for, but I thought it was really pretty. It's the Treasure Braid Petite. Which one is this? PB 201. I actually had this for a different stitch along that was with Autumn Lane Stitchery that I abandoned. But I decided to put it in the flowers, and it looks wonderful. So I love this one. This is really, really pretty. So this one, I think I'll put it away for now, but hopefully it's not gone for a whole year. I do have it in my closet, like with the spring stitching, so maybe now that it's spring I'll get a little bit more done in it. Okay. 3 more, I think. Okay. Next is, one moment, I have to cover the chart up. This is for American Eagle. It's by Blackbird. This is what it will look like. And it is in this book, Sweet Land of Liberty. I bought this from a D-Stash site like right when I first started stitching. There's quite a few things in here I want to stitch, like this. I love this. But this is so little and sweet. I love it. I am stitching this on a fabric that was originally Be Stitch Me. I over dyed it, and I think I also tea dyed it because it was like bright yellow. I really enjoy patriotic stitching. It's one of my favorite things, and I love Blackbird. So this is where I'm at. Look at how big this fabric is. It definitely does not need this whole thing. This is, I'm thinking, a 28 count even weave of some kind. And this is where I'm at. I am using my own floss conversion for this, so if you would like to know, you can send me a message on Instagram or just comment down below. When I pulled this out, I had a little bit of that eagle done, and I had these two done. So I pulled the border down. So this is halfway and halfway for the border. I left the B in there for my first name, Brandy. I'm using Fool's Gold for the wings, and I just think it's so perfect. And then I started in on that roof. This one is really fun to stitch on. I have red on my thread because I was doing the flag there. Patriotic stitching. My floss ring, I think it's mostly overdyes. So it's kind of a mess, but old red paint is in there. But yeah, it's a good one. Two more. Okay. This one, this project, I think, maybe I'm not meant to do it, or I don't really know. So this is a study in nature by the Artsey Housewife. My friend Lisa and I decided to start this together. We both bought fabric, and I think she still needs to kit hers up, and she's doing hers on like a Cedar River fabric. I originally had the Aztec red or whatever that it calls for in 36 count. So excited. And then when we remodeled the craft room, I lost it, along with all the silk I had bought for it. Sorry, I was just taking the hoop off there. And then when we were doing the home visit for the rescue, Gideon's rescue, to come look at the house, I found it. And I was so excited, and I sent Lisa a message, and I was like, I found it, we can finally start it. And now it's gone again. So I decided I was going to kit it up with the Mo's Sale silk that she let me use, and use a fabric I had in stash rather than buying a new one. I figured if I start it, it would show up, but it hasn't yet, and I'm frustrated. This is a 36 count linen called Harvest by Be Stitch Me, and while it isn't as red as the called for, I think it's still pretty good. I started in the center, like literally the center of the fabric, because I really don't know. And I just got the antenna in this. This calls for a much darker brown, like brown black, to be the body. But there's another dark brown in there, and I just decided to go this route. Do you hear him groaning? He's such a talker. So anyway, this is where I'm at with a study in nature. And that other piece of fabric that was sitting here that I was like, I don't even know what this is. This is also a Be Stitch Me fabric called Cornucopia that I had tried to start it on before a study in nature. And this was like a corner start. And I decided I didn't like that as much. So I went this route. I am happy with how this is going. So far, it's stitching up nice. The Moselle silk is not hard to use. It slips out of my needles sometimes, but not bad. So that piece of fabric can get osmosis back. And I'll try to put a picture up of what... Oh, wait. I have it. One moment, please. I can show you all. I mean, I'm sure you know what a study in nature looks like, but... And it's right there, front and center. Look at that. And so that is what I have the called for fabric. Like, I'm so bummed. Anyway, So this is what it will look like, or close to, since I'm using Mosale instead of. I'm really excited to get to like the blue. There's some blue and teals in there. And I know some people really struggle with the fact that this is not symmetrical. But I think that's kind of the charm in it. So, all right, guys, my last whip to show you that I've been working on. I literally pulled this out this morning to work on for a few minutes. So that's why I'm showing you. I gotta get to the picture. Okay, this is Let Love Rain by Teresa Kogut. This is what it'll look like. I am stitching it with the called for floss on an 18 count Aida. This is one I had started previously as a stitch along. And now I'm just stitching it. But I haven't gotten it out in like probably a year. And so I thought it was time. So there is I gotta take the hoop off so you can see it. The fabric is huge. Obviously I'm nowhere close to needing to show you all of this. And this is like the only project that I'm using the blue tape method on for the edges. I had seen people do it and just wanted to see like why. I honestly think it's kind of annoying, but that's all right. It's here. This is where I am. So when I picked this up this morning, all I did was put in like from here over on this top border. Not exciting, but I think this one will stay out for a little bit too. This one has some negative kind of feelings associated with it, but I love the pattern so much that I don't want to give up on it. And it's so pretty. Like, when I first started it, I was like, holy bajoli, all that brown. Like, but I think the pops of blue when they come in just make it, like, they just make it so fun. It is still a lot of brown, but Phoebe Moon has her own conversion on this one of floss she pulled from Stash, and I think these flowers are like this really fun, like variegated kind of one. Hers has more variation in color than mine is. So, yeah. So that is all of my whips. Now, I think you guys just saw a chart. Pretend like you didn't see that because I don't know how to blur it. Now, we need to talk about plans. So I need to pick a new 25/7 piece, and my husband wants me to do Rainbow Babies. It's a full coverage. I don't really want to choose that as my 25/7 because I will be literally stitching on it for 25 minutes a day for the next 5 years. Like, I need some variation. Also, the pattern is on my tablet, which I took to school so that students could read books on a Kindle. I know, I need another tablet. But that's where the pattern is currently for Rainbow Babies. Because I was thinking about working on it this morning and was like, oh, it's at school. And I don't really feel like going and getting it. So there's that. So my full coverages are out. Because I think I just need a little bit more variation. I do have like a cubby in my like organization area that was the ones I wanted to focus on a finish this year. So far I finished 2 of them because March and Forever and Ever were both in there. So I pulled 2 out that are, I think, my contenders for this. And I'm just not 100% sure what I should work on. The first one is Poisonous Plants by Witchy Stitcher, and I think I'm going to have to put a picture up. I do have it on my phone, but it's hard to zoom in and out on it. This is, see, I put the sticker that is, I'm stitching this on 28 count Dusk Lugana by Picture This Plus. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. My son picked the fabric out. This project is for him. He's going away to college. So he's a senior in high school right now, graduates in June, and then he'll be going to Arizona for school and living in the dorms there. So I want to finish this definitely before he goes. So it is on my short list. This is where I'm at. I mean, this is how wide it is. It's not wide. My friend Nikki finished, she stitched this. So yeah. This is the last plant in the top row, and then I'll move down. He loves moonflowers. Like, he's tried to grow them like 3 times. And my grandparents that live in Idaho, their neighbor has a big moonflower bush in their front yard. That's super cool. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this one. So this could be my 25/7. I mean, it would probably go pretty fast. Like, I don't know. It doesn't call to me because it's not my aesthetic. It's his. So my other option is Manor at Quaker Hill, I think, for my 25/7. This one has been going for a while. This poor cover photo. Look at how beat up it is. Manor at Quaker Hill. I don't even know when I started this. I know it was a long time ago. I'm stitching it on a 36 count linen. I'm not sure who it's by. With the called for floss. And this one I'm stitching 2/2 on 36 count. I've kind of switched to doing 1/2 on 36, but yes, this one is 2/2. And this is where I am. So, not even halfway yet. If I were to stitch Poisonous Plants, I'd have a faster finish. This won't be done in time for me to get his done by August. So, I don't know. There's some things to think about. With me in school, getting my master's and working full time and busy kids, there are a lot of days the only time I have to stitch is that 25 minutes, and sometimes I don't even have that. Honestly, I think there was a day this week I had time to stitch 5 minutes before I left for work, and that was it. So, but if I don't have 25 minutes, the minutes I do have go to my 25/7. So sometimes I'm so jealous of those ladies that just seem to, like, they're stitch tornadoes. They can go so fast, and their stitching is wonderful, and it feels like they always have finishes. And there's no way they don't have busy lives. Like, maybe I'm just a really slow stitcher. So, yeah, that is plans. One of those two. Probably it'll be Poisonous Plants. And then I'll have to reevaluate. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on my short list left that don't necessarily need to be finished this year, but it would be nice if I could get them done. So yeah, those are my plans. Like I said, coming up, the girls have a volleyball tournament tomorrow. My husband is taking them. I'm going to try to get over to Acorns maybe tomorrow for their Nashville stuff. It's rainy. I just want to snuggle up inside, read a book, and, you know, I have to do some homework, but hopefully. And then next week we have a full week of school, and then we're on spring break. So then I'll have a week off, and that'll be exciting. And during that week I will be finishing one class and starting another one. So if you don't count my student teaching and the 2 classes I'm currently in, I have 2 more classes that I have not started yet, which is really exciting, and I think what is keeping me going. So yeah, I think that's all for now. I think I'm thinking about downsizing my stash, so I'm trying to get the courage to post on like the stash unload pages on Facebook, because I just don't think I have the following to do a de-stash on Instagram or on YouTube. So anyway, if you're interested, let me know. I have quite a few things. There's fabric in there. There's all kinds of patterns. I might just do like a fabric grab bag kind of thing, you know, because I've got this whole, sorry, you got a close up on my face. All of this is going, I'm going to sell it, because a lot of it is super bright colors I won't stitch on. I bought them with the intention to do like Mira's on them or Nora Corbett, and I've realized I hate yellow. Like, not yellow as a color, but yellow to stitch on. I don't like it. So I've got some yellow in here. I've got Be Stitch Me. I've got Picture This Plus. I'm still deciding whether to keep this or not. This is my 46 count Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. So that's in my maybe pile. But yeah, so all of this will be going, and then I have a huge stack of patterns behind me that I'm not gonna show. So anyway, I think that is all for now. I'm going to try to get this edited and uploaded today while doing homework. Gideon needs his lunch soon, and I think my girls went for a walk in the rain, so that's fun. But anyway, yeah, I hope I inspired you. I gave you ideas and stitchy goodness. And I hope you like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.